just can't stop, won't stop hustling.
Grinders and grinddads, greetings and salutations. Listen, I go by the name of TheBlackAbstract. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. I do urge you to make sure you like, hit the notification bell, and subscribe if you can. Cobra Kai season 4 was released just before the top of the year, and we're in for a ride. You get all of the main cast back: Johnny, Daniel, Miguel, Sam, who I can't stand, Sensei Kreese, and you get a new Sensei who's actually an old Sensei back, Sensei Kreese, or Sensei Silver. I'm sorry. So I'm freestyling. So listen, this, as we know, after the last season, is leading up to the events that's going to take place. It's the All Valley tournament. And as you remember, last season at the end, Cobra Kai, which is now Eagle Fang, and Miyagi-Do have teamed up, and they're training together in order to beat Cobra Kai, if that makes sense, which is taken over by Kreese, which was stolen right under Johnny's nose by Sensei Kreese. Sensei Kreese needs help, so he goes and get an old character from the 80s who is Sensei Silver, and he's pretty much like a self-made, rich, sleek guy, and he at first he doesn't want to do it. But with some convincing, and I guess Kreese helped him or saved his life in the Vietnam War, he feels like he's indebted to him. So he finally agrees to do and train the students in order to beat Miyagi-Do and Tiger Fang. This was hilarious, man. Listen, I didn't know what to expect, because I felt like the well was running dry a little bit. But they always have some way of just keeping this interesting. There were some parts in here I felt that were repetitive, like the pool scene, for instance. I felt like they did that already, kind of with the house fight, and then another fight they did. I believe they had the school fight. So I'm like, okay. And there weren't that many fight scenes in this season as there was in I feel like previous seasons. And like I said, the ones they did, they just felt a little repetitive. So I'm like, oh, okay, here we go with this. Sam, I still can't stand her. I know there's a lot of people out there too, man. I be on Reddit. People do not like Sam, and she was a little less annoying this season, but nonetheless annoying. Just like when they're at the prom and she's staring at Robbie while she's with Miguel, and it's just like, are you serious right now? Who I did like this season, who I didn't like the previous seasons, was Robbie. He surprised me. He seemed like he matured a lot. He was focused. I don't know if he was practicing his acting, but he didn't annoy me at all this season. Previous seasons, I was just like, he's horrible. He seemed unsure of himself a lot of times on camera, and he did the damn thing. And who I also liked this season was Tori. Tori, to me, was kind of one of the low-key MVPs of this season. I just related more to her story in terms of just her background. You know, I got a similar background as far as just not getting along with my mom or having the best relationship with my mom. So I empathize with her a lot. And then seeing, people want to help you and you don't really want no handouts, I got it. I love the fight between... or the fight leading up to Johnny and Daniel's rematch. And it's funny because they always do flashback of their perspectives of how the fights went or the events leading up to this, even like recent seasons or past seasons. And in their mind, they're both right, and the other person's the bully. And it's just like, like, what the hell? And then you realize, like, both of them are kind of assholes. Like, if you really think about it, like, and like Daniel said it the best in the last episode. We're both set in our ways. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was good to see how they showcase how you can get things from both dojos. You know what I'm saying? But the in-between bickering between the dojos, Johnny's teaching them one way while they're trying to meditate inside. I'm just like, yo, this is hilarious, dude. Daniel's son turning out to be a bully. At first I didn't recognize him. I'm like, who is this kid? When he said LaRusso, I'm like, is that his son? He got huge. And I didn't even bother to check past season. Was that the same actor? I don't know. That had to be. But yeah, he wound up being a bully. He was messing with this little black kid, and I couldn't stand this black kid because it's one thing to get bullied, like, but he was just so pussy. Like the whole even when he was learning karate, he was just so fucking scary, everything. And I'm like, and somebody put him up in one of these groups I'm in on Facebook. It's a Marvel group to be the next Miles Morales, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like, no way. He's too pussy. But and then when he does get his little power, he just starts turning into a typical Cobra Kai and wants to be a bully. What's the Asian guy that's in Cobra Kai that talks the most? He let me down because he got into the tournament and got taken out quickly. I'm like, what are you talking all this stuff for? Hawk, we'll get to Hawk. I don't want to talk about Hawk right now. Listen, like I said, it was a great season. All Valley tournament comes down to a bunch of unexpected events. One, Miguel, hurting his back again, and then chickening out. I didn't see that. And Miguel I normally in Team Miguel. He just didn't do it for me this season. I don't know what it was about him, man. I don't know what it was, and I think they did that intentionally. But I didn't like his hair. I'm sorry. Like, why did he have his hair that way? I'm sorry. It's just a stupid nitpick. But I'm like, yo, what is wrong with his hair this season? And like Robbie got his shit slicked back all the time. Robbie was looking like a player, especially when they came to the prom. When they was dappered up, I'm like, yo, they looking all right, man. They was shitting on Sam and Miguel. They really was. I'm like, okay. Couple of the year right here. What else? What else? Kreese and Silver. Silver is a maniac. I also like the fact that they made Kreese likable this season. And it's because Silver obviously was meant to be the villain. And how he did my boy at the end. And I ain't gonna say my boy, but how he did Kreese at the end, that was shady. Silver woke up every day thinking violence. Every day he woke up, he had violence on the mind. Like, seriously. But at the tournament, we see Carrie Underwood comes out, who did an amazing performance, who looks great. We also see, a bunch of eliminations, like I said, we didn't expect. Robbie got eliminated by Hawk, who is now just, I believe, Daniel. What is his name now? I forget his real name, but Hawk, who doesn't have a Hawk no more. Cobra Kai cut his Hawk off in a tattoo parlor. So I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But we see a lot of things. We see how these kids are kind of just let loose. They drinking at parties and all this type of shit. And Stingray comes back into the picture. Yes, Stingray. I forget what season was he in. I forget what season he was in, but he comes in. Obviously, he's like an old ass loser, don't got no friends, hanging out with high schoolers, and Kreese tell him like, "Yo, get the hell out of here. We don't want you." And ultimately, Silver uses him to set up Kreese and say he assaulted him, and he got charged with attempted murder in order to take over the dojos, which he is now expanding throughout the valley. And he actually went back to the original location of the original Cobra Kai. So it's a lot of stuff going on that they're setting up for season 5. So I'm like, it's going to be good. Miguel actually left the tournament and got on a bus and went to find his dad, who, unbeknownst to him, doesn't even know he exists. So part of season 4, I could see is going to be about Johnny going to find him. Since Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang lost, they now have to close down their dojos. That was the agreement. So even though Robbie lost to Hawk, Tori beat Sam, which I wasn't mad about at all. And without the advice of Silver, who told her to cheat, Kreese told her like, "Yo, just went on your own merit." But then we see that Silver actually paid the ref, so technically Sam won because that one point was cheat from the ref. Well, he said it didn't count because she was out the center of the mat. So I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. But ultimately, C-Laws. We see Daniel at Miyagi's gravesite, and he says he's not going to keep his word. He's going to open the dojo anyway to kind of take them down. And Miyagi though is looking the weakest out of all the dojos. I will say that. Like he was like that shit ain't working no more. You gotta go with some other shit. All in all, I thought it was a decent season. Listen, you know I use mics to rate everything because I'm a music guy. So out of 5 mics, I'm gonna give season a solid 3. I thought it was good. Well, not the best season by far, but I thought it was decent. Kudos to them. Gave us something to watch going into the new year. Let me know what you guys thought about it. If it's anything I left, make sure you post it in the comments. Let me know if you liked it or not. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as always, peace, love, and prosperity. I am the Black Abstract. 1.